Welcome to the Dr. Diane Show, where we explore revolutionary expansion of mind, body, and soul with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. With over 20 years of expertise as a mindset warrior, perspective shifter, and unshakable optimist, I am dedicated to helping you reach your wildest dreams in business, health, performance, and relationships. Learn about the power of thought and how it shapes your life to take risks, change careers, find love, go on adventures, and live passionately with me, Dr. Diane. Get ready for revolutionary ways of thinking, being, and creating an amazing life. The Dr. Diane Show starts now. Hey everyone, I am Dr. Diane Hayden, and you are listening to the Dr. Diane Show on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with us for the next hour where we will explore revolutionary expansion of mind, body, and soul. Each week on the Dr. Diane Show, we have experts from around the country discussing cutting-edge topics on longevity medicine, natural health, mindset, and soul purpose to help you shift your perspective and become a mindset warrior like me. I'm excited to welcome to my show today, Chris Edwards. He is the founder and owner of Tricore Wellness, a wellness management and high performance health coaching company located in Naples, Florida, and worldwide. Chris is a fitness and wellness professional with over 16 years of experience specializing in personal fitness and wellness management. He's a graduate of Florida Gulf Coast University with a BS in business management and a concentration in sports management. He holds multiple certifications and achievements in the fitness and wellness industry, and his website is www.tricore, that's TRICORE, wellness.com. So welcome, Chris. We are going to have some fun today.
Yeah, we are. Thank you. I appreciate the intro. Thank you very much.
Yeah, certainly. Well, with my background in exercise physiology, you and I are going to do some myth busting and blow some people's minds today, I'm sure, about everything related to fitness, wellness, weight loss, and all of that. And this is really cool for me because I am recently a new client of yours and just started your program. So
yeah,
it's cool to talk about it from the perspective now that I have of actually getting into it and just, seeing how everything works. And we'll talk about, the app and all of that when we get into it. But I always really like to start these shows by getting to know you a little bit more. So our listeners and viewers can learn, like, who are you and why did you start this company? And, we heard your bio, know a little bit about your certifications and things, but tell us what drove your passion to do this?
Oh man. Well, let me first take you back to kind of the early days, growing up, where I was highly influenced by my parents to get into sports and competitive sports. And that's really where my, I guess you could say, eventual interest in getting into health and performance management stemmed from. I played soccer, football, baseball, and golf, all the way through high school, played premier level soccer through high school, ODP level, and things of that nature. And through the journey of going through that time, it was all team-based sports. And, I had always been interested in, getting stronger, getting bigger, benching a lot, squatting a lot and things like that. And I remember my senior year in high school, I was watching ESPN and World's Strongest Man was on. And, I don't know if you remember this guy, Mariusz Pudzianowski. He was like the big man at the time. And I saw it. I was like, I want to do that. So from that and, just the transition of like getting out of team-based sports and trying to, learn more about it, it just hooked me, So when I went to FGCU, I immediately got a job at the gym. And then within 6 months, I was certified personal trainer because I was like, I know what I want to do. I'm going to do this. And then I after the second year of college, I became the president of the Powerlifting club. So I got into powerlifting and built a team. We won several national championships. I held several top 20 at the time, top 20 records for powerlifting in the collegiate division and stuff. And powerlifting really helped solidify my specific interest in the fitness and wellness industry for performance enhancement. How do I gain strength, size, speed, recovery, mobility, the whole 9 yards, right? And, so when I graduated, I graduated, like I said, it was a business degree, concentration in sports management. It was like 2008, I believe. Market was crashed, so it was tough to find jobs out there and stuff. And so I got into personal training, so I took my business degree and background from school, and obviously my experience as being a trainer at FGCU, and went into a private studio, started developing my clientele, developing my business. And honestly, about 3, 4, maybe 5 years into my career, as I've reached a very high book of business and stuff, I was like, my clients are still not seeing the results I want them to see, right? And so it was like a frustration for me, because they would come in, train hard, 3 days a week, I'd work with them, and then they would go and get hammered at night and eat a bunch of spaghetti and blow it all, especially down here in Naples. It's like a party down here all the time. And they would blow it all, and they would never make progress in their body composition. Their blood chemistry looked like crap. Cholesterol was up, blood sugars were all over the place. And I was like, you know what? I got to find a solution for this. So I got a nutrition certification. I started going to medical conferences, one of which was AMMG, which some of you may know. And, I just really engulfed myself in learning more about blood chemistry, nutrition, food sensitivities, micronutrients, the whole 9 yards. So therefore, I could put together at the time, it was just a consulting packet to support, my endeavors, you know what I mean? My endeavors to help people more, you know what I mean? So with that, I, basically took that education, that experience, information, and I incorporated Tricore LLC in 2014. So the timeline, 2008, there, graduating, learn, build, grow. 2014 is when we started. Tricore just started out as a consulting company, and I would take individual clients and do individual consulting with them, educating them on calories and macros and timings and blood chemistry and things of that nature. And as I was going through it, I realized that people were having clinical issues. They had, things that I couldn't legally touch by the state of Florida at the time too, because of being a coach rather than a nutritionist or a registered dietitian. So I ran into some roadblocks, and that's when I was like, you know what? I need to develop a clinical nutrition program so I could stay legally safe and also provide my clients what they wanted, but then have the professionals to come in and do the blood chemistry and clinical nutrition they needed to get rid of their food sensitivities, IBS, headaches, migraines, whatever, And so I think around 2016-ish is when we started developing the clinical nutrition program. 2018 is when we kind of like wrap things up. So it took several years to kind of like test, try, all these different systems and methods and labs and what's going to work best. But now it's rocking and rolling, and we have that. And it's a major component to what we do at Tricore. Around that same time in 2016, another challenge and a frustration that I had, working with people in this industry was communication and accountability. So even if I was doing consulting work with them and I give them a plan, they would have questions during the week. If they didn't see me in person, how were they going to get those questions answered? There wasn't really a lot of accountability to following through on the plan. Who knows what they were doing on, Thursday night or whatever. So I brought in technology. So that's when I onboarded a training system, an online training system, work with and got connected with some app developers. And we started developing a custom branded app, which is what we have now, that can connect client coaches. And with this app, we also can connect to health devices like your Apple Watch, your Fitbit, the Withings body cardio scale. So I can basically gather and deploy fitness, nutrition, and wellness programming, and then gather your health data so I can ensure that you're following through on the programming that we are recommending to you to ensure that we're tracking and seeing results. So the 16 to 18 was, technology and clinical nutrition programs. In 19, we brought on physical therapy and enhanced our recovery services and, all kinds of different professionals. And I think we have about 15 or 16 people on the team now with staff and coaches and physical therapists and nutritionists. phlebotomists, and the whole 9 yards. And on that timeline now, it's like, okay, let's see, 2020 hits, right? And COVID hits and everything
All
shuts
hell breaks
down.
loose.
Oh, I know. Everything shuts down. It's crazy, but you know what? We were set. And because we had the online wellness and fitness and wellness services, people just flocked to us, because when the gym shut down, they're like, where do I go? What do I do? We were set and ready to go. So we had a killer year in 2020, thankfully, and it was amazing. It opened up a lot of opportunities for us now into the corporate wellness field. We have a whole branch of our business that does business services now too, because we're able to scale our services and still provide a high quality of customer service to our members, whether they're our individual client or on the corporate side. But corporate wellness, we work with fitness clubs and country clubs. I now have a deal with my app developer, so I can do custom branded apps for our business clients, like a company that wants their own fitness app, and we can provide services. So we're getting into a lot of scaling endeavors to really help more people, and as you can see on that timeline, when I got back in, 2012, 2014, when I really started this, it was just, came from frustrations. Like, people needed more, the industry was not providing it. The industry has tons of misinformation out there, and they were misleading people into, these trendy diets and these quick fixes and these supplements that don't work. And I was like, this is crap, like,
still is.
To give people, it still is. We just need to give people, here are the facts, here are the principles, okay? And then how do we apply those principles to your lifestyle and your goals? And then we bring technology in to do blood chemistry, health data through the connected devices, and we hold them accountable to progress. And so it's ultimately a foolproof system. And I'm excited. So,
well, I have to say, I mean, it sounds like, as you're talking, someone who's not experienced with it, it sounds like, wow, this is like a lot of information and a lot of stuff and whatever. But I have to tell you, I mean, it is absolutely one of the most comprehensive programs I've ever seen and worked with, but it is simple. I mean, it really is simple, which I think is what people are looking for and what they need. So I love that about it. And I want to get into a couple of the myths, like right out of the gate. You sort of touched on it already, as far as just, the fitness industry, but you wrote a fantastic article that's going to be coming out in our Essential Naples winter issue in January, entitled "Stop Starving Yourself to Lose Weight." Stop starving yourself to lose weight. So everybody who's listening is going to be like, what? That's counterintuitive. Don't we have to eat less to lose weight? I mean, and it really is. It's so interesting, because even with my background in exercise, phys, and nutrition, even I get caught up in that. Well, no, I still feel like I need, if I want to, get more leaner or do whatever, I need to cut this fat or cut the carbs or whatever. And you have to really understand the body's physiology. That's what it really comes down to. And most people aren't going to get, don't have the time or the interest to really do that. So what I love about your program is you make it so simple for people. And, it's really just simple formulas and things like that, and just a little bit of knowledge. But it's I guess let's just start there. Like, why do we have to eat more?
Okay. That's a great point. And what I could tell you is the term metabolic optimization. That is really what we do at Tricore, is metabolic optimization. It's not about losing weight. It's not about starving yourselves and depriving yourselves and having a restrictive, very aggressive and restrictive diet style or fitness regimen. It's about looking at the body and looking at the human systems of the body and, optimizing them to run at the most efficient rate possible. Okay. So metabolic optimization for you is going to be different than for Johnny over here. Okay. And it's all based on health history, medical history, genetics, goals, where they currently are, even in their mindset.
Oh, I think we lost your audio for a minute.
Okay.
There you go.
It could, yeah, sorry. So yeah, even mindset, and kind of we meet the people at where they're at, right? So if somebody is not ready to dive into an aggressive fat loss program, I have no problem telling them no and telling them, look, you cannot do this, and I cannot take you into a hard calorie deficit right now because your metabolism is not good. Okay. And here are the reasons why. And we have the data and analysis to back it up. So ultimately with that, it comes down to demands, right? So physical, mental, emotional, psychological, environmental, all of these put stressors on our body. Okay. And really you have to match and you have to meet the person at their lifestyle demands, and then basically program the correct fitness strategy, the correct nutrient and nutrition strategy, and the correct recovery strategy for that person based on their demands. And this process of understanding metabolic optimization, what are the demands on the body, and then also kind of applying it to lifestyle, then stems into a process that we call periodization, which some of you may have heard that term before too, which is taking say a long-term goal and breaking it into shorter blocks of time and periodizing, getting to where they are. And I'll give you an example of just very common periodization that we do with school teachers, okay, which everybody will understand. During the year, they are crazy busy, okay? So what, from August to May, they're teaching kids, waking up early, a lot of stressors, a lot of germs, a lot of, all this kind of stuff going on, right? Then summertime, they get to chill, they get to relax, okay? They got free time. So if you think about that, they live two lifestyles on a yearly basis. Mm-hmm. During school, out of school. The fitness, nutrition, recovery programs that we have for those people are completely different, and the goals are completely different, okay, during those two blocks of time. It may even be different during the holiday season and cold and flu season for teachers, and what we do to amplify their immune system till January. Then in the springtime, when things clear up and stuff, then we change their nutrition protocol or whatever, or their goals for those times, even in the school year. So if you think about it, it's metabolic optimization, it's meeting and adjusting to the demands on the body, and then also looking at lifestyle and periodization and programming the right way for the person at the right time. So that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, I love that analogy that you gave, because I think that people will really be able to relate to that and realize that, it's not just one size fits all. I mean, I think everybody pretty much gets that now, but still people are probably thinking, it's not one size fits all, in the sense of, well, I might be doing a different style of weightlifting, or I might be doing different kinds of cardio, or I might have a different diet. But now we're even getting into like seasonal things, the type of job you have, what kinds of stress you have, all that kind of stuff. And you really have to think of your body as a machine, really. I mean, that's when I start thinking of my body as a machine and all of the different metabolic systems that interplay, that's when I find that I can understand this better, meaning that, okay, like a lot of people do the keto diet. Well, that might be great for some people who have a lot of weight to lose. But somebody who's just trying to lean out a little bit might think, keto, great, it's going to help me lose fat. But you're not taking in any carbohydrates. And now I'm trying to lift and run, and where that energy is coming from. This is what people don't understand. This is why I got it, but I think like I had to meet with you again to get it beat into my head again. But I finally realized again, the reason why you can't get to this level that you want to get to is because by not giving yourself enough carbohydrate, and probably not enough protein, your body is now drawing from your muscle as a protein source and as an energy source. And so what you're doing is this never ending cycle of kind of really just staying in the same place. I never gained any weight, but I never really got leaner. So it was like, okay, I might build some muscle and then I do keto for 2 weeks or whatever. And my body takes that muscle and metabolizes it and it's gone again. It's like, and it's just over and over and over again.
It's over and over and over again. I know I see it all the time. And particularly with extreme diets and stuff, they're obviously not sustainable unless that person can dedicate themselves to living that lifestyle and eating that specific way. Some people do, they choose to do pescatarian or, keto or whatever. But for the common individual, it's very challenging because they want to socialize and they want to still drink alcohol and they want to do this and do that. And, part of our program too is we don't remove those things. We get you to understand how to manage them better, and we get you to make the decision on your own to decide when you're going to drink and do those things and stuff. But part of it comes back to the topic of education. And the reason why we do a lot of education with our clients is because we need to remove the emotions and the feelings that people have about fitness and wellness. And we need to break those down and tell them the facts. Because if they have a feeling or they have an emotional attachment to food or an emotional attachment to, like, even some people are extreme exercisers, they're addicted to exercise.
Oh yeah, you can have an emotional attachment to exercise. I do.
You can have, yeah, no. And some of it can be harnessed for good and some of it can be kind of detrimental to your progress.
Yep.
We have to come in and tell them, hey, here's what's actually happening when you do this, this, and this. Okay. And then as we put together a new strategy and plan for them, we hold them accountable to that and then track their information and their health stats to be able to show results. So you can see how that it just keeps coming back to the whole system that we've developed here. And as we talked about in the beginning too, like how we developed the company and the program and stuff on this topic of and helping people understand the facts about the human body is we're developing a mental wellness program right now too. So we've identified significantly that, and it's a large percentage, well, not a large percentage, but the percentage of people that fail our program have addictions, they have alcoholism, they have, some type of maybe depression. They are in a state of mental challenge. And for us to break through and get them to release whatever attachment they are having towards carbs or towards, whatever, okay, we have to break that down and help them with that. And through the years, though, I've seen that trend happen. And now I'm like, you know what? Just like before, when I was frustrated and I was like, I got to find a solution, we're doing it. So we've hired a Ph.D. psychologist, a lead clinical mental health counselor, two coaches right now, mental health coaches, and we're looking to launch the program actually sometime in February. So I think it'll be a really great way to even people through changing their lifestyle, but really, again, starting with maybe even with mental health if they need it,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think everybody needs it, honestly, because I feel like I don't think that there's any case or situation that I've ever seen in terms of people who struggle to lose weight that didn't have an emotional component to it. And whether that's because you have like you said, an emotional attachment to food or an emotional attachment to exercise that's being, that's more detrimental to you in terms of what you're trying to achieve, there is always some emotional thing. And, you ask any, mental health counselor, they'll tell you that all day long, or anybody who's, worked with people who've struggled to lose weight. There was a section in your article that I thought was really interesting. And it talks a little bit about all these different examples of people that you work with. And I just wanted to read through these because it's so vast. I mean, it's just amazing. Like business owners that wanted to get off medications, cancer survivors that wanted to get their life back, former athletes that needed help getting back on track, healthcare workers that used food to manage inflammation and other health issues, parents that needed a simplified plan for their busy life, former bodybuilders that realized they needed a coach, and people that have tried it all and nothing works. I mean, literally, that's like, I don't think I could come up with another example if I tried.
Yeah, no, it's true. And luckily, I have had some very successful clients that were in each of those categories. And last summer, well, this summer, 2021 still, we did a big marketing event, and we have literally video testimonials of people telling their story. And each one of those on that list that you just listed there, I have somebody that fits that section right
Description.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, description. And really the reason why we did this is because I actually, before we decided to do this marketing event and shoot video testimonials, I told him, say, look, we need to tell more people that are in your position that it can be done, because everybody comes in frustrated and they're about to give up hope, right? I don't think I can do it. It's just the way I am. No. Okay. We come in, we change their perspective. We work with them exclusively, get to know the person intimately, because food is a very intimate thing for a lot of people too, because of the emotional attachment and different social aspects of food. So we, when you get on board with a coach, you're gonna get to know that coach pretty intimately, and just so people know too, we are a HIPAA compliant company. So everything that comes in here, because we hear a lot of interesting stuff, we obviously we're HIPAA compliant, so we keep it all locked up. But yeah, I mean, it's very, very cool to see how we've been able to help so many people. I don't know if that was listed on there, but I mean, we work with pro athletes. I can work with a few NFL guys right now too. And it's really cool to see how they manage their lifestyle through season and then off season. The goals change, the priorities change. It's the same method and system, just applied to the individual.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and nutrition is such a big thing. I mean, I hate to say it. When I first realized this as an exercise physiologist, I'm like, yeah, weight loss and body composition is pretty much 90% diet and 10% exercise. And I hate saying that as an exercise physiologist and fitness person, but it's like,
I know.
It is. I mean, it literally is. Even for someone who, like me, who's just looking to, say, put on like 5 pounds of muscle and decrease my body fat, to someone who has, a lot of weight to lose. It's no different, honestly. And yeah, I mean, it's learning all those things about how the body works. And I think that's probably what helps people when they finally, I mean, at least for me, when I sat down and went through the whole process with you, I was like, wow, this is so much education. And I think for me, that really inspired me and made me want to do it even more, because I was like, oh, I'm even learning stuff here that I don't know. And, shoot, I have a PhD in exercise physiology. I thought I knew everything. But it's like, whether it's you, literally telling me something that I had no clue about before, or maybe even just the reminder that, oh yeah, I remember that, I knew that, I learned that back in grad school, and, over the years, just forgot it. And just like everybody else tried this diet and that diet and blah, blah, blah. But, I think when people finally get the education and understand how much of an impact, how important the nutrition is. And like I said, just thinking of your body as a machine, really.
Yeah.
And stop with all of the crazy, fad, stupid diets. I mean, literally, it's just so simple. So simple.
Yeah. Empower yourself, educate yourself. That's really where you're going to champion and really find a pathway to your goals. What I can tell people a lot of times, and he's actually one of my biggest idols, is Tom Brady. So look at Tom Brady. Okay, the guy completely changed his life when he was in his early days in the Patriots. Changed to an extremely healthy lifestyle, and the guy is the most winningest Super Bowl quarterback, I think, in the history of NFL right now, playing at 43, 44 years old. And he's still hyper sharp, and he's still playing at the top level. Okay. So if you haven't had a chance, and I recommend it to a lot of clients too, is read his book. He's talking about a lot of the same things that we do here at Tricore about metabolic optimization, hydration, electrolytes, periodization, muscle pliability, recovery, proper fitness strategy. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It's a really insightful book. And I use it because a lot of people can relate to sports and football and stuff, but there's a lot of good books out there. But on that same topic too, it's like talking about a coach, right? So you had all this education, learn, no fitness, blah, blah, blah. Well, Tom Brady still has a coach. Bruce Arians is coaching him. He still needs a head coach, to guide them, to give them a different perspective, to remind them of things, to reinforce things. Michael Jordan, same thing. He always had a coach, so even if you want to get to the next level and you feel like you know everything, it's still great to have a coach. I have several business mentors that coach me, and I bounce ideas off of them, and they tell me no, or they tell me yes, do this, and I have coaches that help me enhance our business so we can provide a better service to our clients. So everybody should have a coach to some degree. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
I love you that you said that. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. You're listening to the Dr. Diane Show with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be talking more about high performance health coaching with Chris Edwards. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back on the Dr. Diane Show with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. I am talking today with Chris Edwards, owner of Tricore Wellness, a wellness management and high performance health coaching company. His website is www.tricore, that's TRICORE, wellness.com. And he is offering a free 7-day trial. You can go to www.tricore-wellness.com/7-day-free-trial-fitness-app. So welcome back, Chris. Let's get into some of that. I mean, Pete, we talked earlier that, I think people are aware, they've been listening, that you have an app, but I want to talk about how the whole process works, because I think people are very curious about that. I know I was like, wow, this sounds amazing. Everything we've talked about, it's so comprehensive. So kind of take me through, like, what's the whole onboarding process?
Yeah. So the onboarding process is fairly extensive, and that can be intimidating to some people. But the reason why it is because we look at everything. We look at your whole wellness, fitness, nutrition, and recovery. So when you're coming to us and going through, we call it our Premier program, where we build out customized plans made for the individual. We basically provide them in the plan a coaching membership, consultations and services, and targeted blood testing. And that all of those different services come to you in a plan email, so you can kind of see it right up front before you enter and start working with us here at Tricore. So to get onboarded, first it starts with an intro call. So I do all the intro calls for all of our clients, whether they work with me or one of my coaches, just to get to know the person, answer any initial questions they have. Hey, I saw you on the website, blah, 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 whatever. I'll answer those questions, and, almost use it as a qualifier too. I've even told people no, that I don't think they're ready to use my services, or I think they'd be better suited for something else based upon the things that they tell me. So, because again, like we talked about before, they got to be in the right mindset to be able to be coachable and to receive information that a lot of times, there's some misinformation out there. People hold on to it pretty hard. So yeah, that's kind of the first step, is intro call. Step 2 is we will set your complimentary initial consultation. So that can be in person here down in Naples, Florida, at our office, or over Zoom. We can do all of our services online, so we can help anybody really around the world. And in the booking appointment, you'll see a link that does our wellness evaluation form. So we want people to fill that out before they meet with their coach for that initial consult. And it's an extensive form. We ask for, different types of health symptoms and their habits on fitness, nutrition, recovery, what their meals look like, what their workout routine is like. And we, kind of have to get a good picture of who that individual is, so we can go into that meeting and ask the right questions, right? So it's a part of our discovery process. So then we have the initial consultation, and with the initial consultation, we ask even extended questions. We maybe go into more detail on some of the responses they put on the eval form, and after the intro call, eval form, and the consult, we have enough information now to say, okay, here's what you need, right? And again, like I mentioned, coaching, membership, consultations and services, and targeted blood testing options. That's what your plan is going to be. And we select specific services at our business to say, you know what, I think this person needs a meal plan consultation. They also need this specific blood test because of this clinical issue. They need to have some checkpoint meetings because they want that face-to-face time. And then they need to work with our recovery specialist because they had a previous knee injury, and she can come in and work with them on, managing that injury. So again, they're going to get a full program. They're going to work with a pro coach that is qualified with experience, education, multiple certifications. So they know that this person is an established fitness and wellness professional with a multi-different background to be able to facilitate the proper analysis and programming they need to see results. After that, we deploy the wellness management plan, send it over to them. They take a look at it. If they have any questions, just let us know. We'll answer any questions they have. Typically, we section the plan off into 3 parts to kind of stage people and baby step them through their program. And we can work with your time commitment, your budget, and kind of deploy services that fits whatever your time and budget needs. So very flexible, but we keep track of everything so you don't have to. And so when it's time for your blood test, we'll email you, hey, it's been 2 months. It's time to start this process. Let's address your digestive issues now, But yeah, I have a great team, and we have, definitely figured out this service model to really help people and guide them through nice and easy. And like you said in the beginning, keep it simple,
Yeah. I mean, I can't stress enough how impressed I was with it. And just like, I said before, the comprehensiveness of it. I mean, literally, like, I don't know where you can go these days and get everything that you're talking about. I mean, the fact that you can, you're connected to doing blood testing for them or food sensitivity testing and figure, people don't think about how that plays a role. Like you said to me, why aren't you taking a multivitamin? And I'm like, what? I don't need a multivitamin. I'm taking all these individual things. And you're like, yeah, you probably do if you're going to be doing more heavier weight training and, just what you're trying to achieve with, with your fitness goals. And that didn't even enter my mind again, as an exercise physiologist, so it's like little things like that you guys have covered everything. And from that to the meal planning, to the education, learning about, just how your body works, the metabolic education that you do. And honestly, it's really it's simple too. Like the app is very simple to use. And I'm not a technical person. Like I literally probably have, and people are going to laugh at me, if I have like 30 or 40 apps on my phone, that's like a lot. Chris, my partner, probably has like 500, and most people probably do. But so I'm like, when you said app, I'm like, oh God. So it's simple. It's so simple, like literally a couple things. And believe me, I've worked with freaking, calculators and all kinds of other people's stuff to try to like input. And I told you, like at our first meeting, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to have to I just want you to tell me like what I need to do, give me the plan, and I'm going to go do it. And I think so many people are like that. They want it. They need to know the education and understand why they're doing what they're doing. But at the end of the day, when you're busy, like most people are, it's like, just tell me, what should I be eating? How do I put these meals together? What is the type of exercise that I should do? And I'm going to go do it. And even something simple, like I said to you, oh, I hate whatever it was. There was something yesterday too, beans. You're saying, like sweet potato. And you're like, you don't have to eat that. And I'm like, I don't. Like, I thought for sure. People are so like, there's so much misinformation out there, and people have been so misled and confused that everyone is like, what do you mean? I have to eat. Yeah, I have to eat these things I don't want to eat. And I have to do this exercise I don't want to do. And what's great about you guys is that you're like, no, you don't have to do that. We'll figure something else out. There's always some sort of substitution, supplement, switch, whatever that you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we have clients that come in and they say they want to eat a specific way. They may have maybe done some food testing in the past, and they know they're allergic or they have diverticulitis and they can't eat certain types of foods. No problem. We can still get them the macronutrients they need to be able to power their body and feel better and lose weight, gain muscle, whatever that wants, just by understanding what the principles are that really affect composition change and health improvement, and then it's applying those to the individual. So it's a pretty simple process. We kind of run by two different sayings here at the office. The KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, and then also the WIN method. So what's important now? Okay. And I feel like for a lot of people, they need to think about what are going to be their wins, right? So what's important now is in my program, I am working out 5 days a week. I'm busting my butt in the gym, sweating hard. I'm not seeing results. Is that the most important thing for them to see results? No. I actually do this a lot with people. I say, look, I want you to stop working out 5 days a week. I want you to work out 3 days a week, but I want you to take those other 2 days and I want you to take that hour that you were at the gym. Now that's a meal prep time for yourself. So now they're going to dedicate more of their time management away from stress on their body at the gym, prioritize preparing their self for nutrition, which will then that's really what's important right now, is to prioritize nutrition. So boom, that's their win, is really focusing on nutrition so they can finally see the results they want. I can't tell you how many people we've seen that are under eating, they're starving themselves, like the article I wrote, okay, and they're over exercising, they are mismanaging their time, okay. I can't even tell you how many people, I've asked them, okay, how many hours do you spend on social media? And they start giggling, whatever. And I'm like, okay, so you spend 3 hours a night scrolling Facebook. Why don't you take 30 minutes of that 3 hours and go meal prep?
Yeah.
So again, just kind of calling people out on their poor habits, or again, they may not even be aware, but that's part of the coaching process too, is again, like I said, is get to know the individual intimately so you can really help that person. And that's I think is a big key difference too, is how well we get to know the person to help them and help them be better time managers. Because ultimately that's what wellness is. Wellness is time management. And so if there's 168 hours in a week, there's 24 hours in a day. Are you sleeping for 7? Okay, so what are the other, 16, 17 hours that you're doing throughout the day, right? So how do you live your life? Okay, and that's what we do as coaches, is we help you manage your life better and help you manage your time effectively.
I don't think anybody thinks like that, honestly, because I didn't think that way. And it's like when I hear you say, and I'm sure most people are listening are like, what? Okay, you're going to the gym 5 days a week, and you're not getting results. The first thought is, I need to do more. And you're like, no, let's do less. We're only going to go to the gym 3 days a week. And people are probably like, what is he talking about? Like, that is just crazy. Right. And so it's just that those little subtle mindset shifts, wait a minute, I don't have to do more. I can actually do less. And the whole time management. I mean, literally thinking about it from that perspective of, taking time that you're spending, doing some nonsense on social media and not, you don't even have to take the 3 hours, take 30 minutes and use that to prep your meal, because 99% of the time, the reason why people aren't eating correctly is because they haven't planned. It's whether they don't have the right food in the house, they don't have the time to prep the meal, they don't have time to, grocery shop or whatever, or even, figure out what you need for a shopping list, all of that stuff. And it's not that takes so much time. That was another big thing for me. It was like, oh my God, I've been eating a certain way for God knows how long. It's easy, right? Like I know, boom, this is my breakfast, this is my lunch, this is my dinner. I can do it without even thinking. And now I have to think about how I'm going to put this stuff together. But working with you is so easy. It's like, okay, just add a little bit of that, take a little bit of that away, try this. If I'm stuck with an idea, you give me a suggestion right back. It's like those little things, I think, that are really what sets you apart. And that also helps people to be successful.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. We've figured out a great process to baby step people. It is very rare that when we build out a full program for somebody, they go, okay, sign me up, book everything right now. Let's go to do all 6 things that we recommended. Very rare. We have to kind of baby step people. And again, like I said before, meet them where they're at. So we may start, okay, we're going to start with some coaching services first. I need to understand your food habits a little bit. So let's do some texting. Let's use our membership and kind of figure things out. Then we'll phase in at the right time when they're mentally ready to take that next step. I even tell them like, hey, are you ready for the next step? And they're like, no, let's do another week of coaching. Okay, cool. So then boom, we just graduate them slowly and we communicate effectively, ask the right questions. Okay. Obviously we're respectful and we're encouraging and we're supportive to these people. Whether they're a pro athlete, an executive, or a working professional, or a mom, it doesn't matter. Again, meet him where I'm at. And another thing too that I want to talk about as well when it comes to the programs is we hear this a lot. Obviously, people want to lose weight, and that's one big thing. But energy, okay? So people have low energy, and when someone is going through our program, and I'll be very straightforward with them about drinking alcohol and the rate of progress, their ROI with their investment that they put into us and stuff like that. We have enough data here and we work with enough clients now. I can almost correlate that data and say, look, you're probably going to see results in about 6 months, and I'll tell people exactly that. And that way they've broken down their reality versus their expectations. And I give them a clear picture on what it's going to take to get there and how hard they're going to have to work and manage their time to get there. But getting back to my point, energy. Every single person notices within the first 30 days, their energy goes through the roof, okay? And when your energy is through the roof, you can think more clearly. You can be more productive at work and at home. You have a better mood. You can have more energy to work out. You sleep better. Okay. So again, going back to the original thing at the very beginning, talking about metabolic optimization and meeting your demands. If you're low nutrient demands because you're stripping carbs out of your body, not giving yourself the fiber and micronutrients that you need, and you're feeling like crap, I come in, I'm the guy that says, work out less, eat more carbs. And they're like, what? But then they do it for 30 days and it changes their life. And I can't tell you how many people have like just literally got on the Zoom call with me or in the office and they cry because they're like, I haven't felt this good in 30 years. And it's like that right there is so satisfying for me to know that, just with a couple tweaks, we can change somebody's life and really just give them the energy they need to live the life they want,
Okay. You might think this is crazy, but I have to tell you this because this is what just happened to us in like the last 2 days. Like literally, we've only been doing this for a couple of days, and literally I went to the gym today and I just did like a 20-minute interval sprint on the treadmill. And normally halfway through that, I'm like dying. I did that thing, no problem whatsoever. I could have stayed on, but I didn't because it's like 20 minutes, no more. I could have stayed on. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not even like tired. And I had the thing jacked up to like 10, the speed. I was sprinting like 30 seconds at 10 on the treadmill. And Chris is like, he goes, I don't know if it's like these carbs or what, but I'm like bouncing off the wall. Like, I'm going to tell him.
That's awesome. I know. Yeah. No, it's true though. I mean, that's what people feel first, and getting back to my original point, metabolic optimization, you have to have a fast metabolism to burn fat. If you are starving yourself, you're slowing your metabolism down. You're not going to burn fat. That's why people plateau out. Okay. Then they rebound and then it's just a vicious cycle. You have to rev up to get to what you need to achieve as a fast metabolism to accomplish whatever goal you want, improve mobility, burn fat, grow muscle, whatever. Like you have to be at an optimal state. And that's what we promote. Yeah,
totally. So I just want to give our listeners the URL for the free 7-day trial again, because we just have a couple more minutes before we wrap up today. So it's www.tricore, that's TRICORE wellness.com /7 day-free-trial-fitness-app. And that'll be up on the website if you're actually watching this as well. But before we wrap up for today, I want to know what you have in store for 2022.
Oh man, yeah, we have some big plans for 2022. I went through a year-end meeting with my staff the other day, and we have kind of a roadmap, mapped out for what we want to do. Number one was the mental wellness program, so that's a huge thing. We're going to be able to apply this mental wellness program not only to our individual clients, but also our business clients. And I have several businesses that we work with, one of which is actually headquartered in Vancouver, Canada, as one of our corporate wellness clients. And they're excited to bring on mental wellness coaching for their employees, as part of their wellness program. So that's one big one. Another big one is actually I'm starting to develop this medical concierge model. So if you think about it, right, and this is something that I'm very passionate about, is helping people, not only on the professional side, but also on the individual side too, is setting up a model to where doctors can work with their patients outside of their medical practice. Okay. And if you look at our website and you look at what we can do, you can see how a medical practitioner can leverage the online and wellness services that we provide and enhance an extended service model to their patients. And not only are the patients going to get more personalized attention, obviously there's a cost to it, but they'll get more personalized attention, but they will also have the backing of Tricore Wellness for the fitness, nutrition, recovery, blood testing, data, okay, and programming and technology services that we provide. So now that doctor is going to be able to provide not only a medical service at their practice, but now also a wellness service that they can help their patients be more proactive with their health. So I am very excited for that. That's going to probably.
Oh, we lost you on audio again.
Well,
got you back.
It comes back. Sorry about that. But yeah, I have 2 doctors already that we're talking to about this. And, they are looking to come on board and start doing this. And they're very excited for the opportunities of how we can help more people. So, including that, we have big initiatives right now also in the government space. So I'm working with fire departments and police departments to develop a corporate program for the entire department and all the employees and the deputies and the firefighters at these departments. So I'm working very closely with a couple departments here locally right now, and we're planning to launch a program in January as well too with several departments. But the first responder market is something that's a passion of mine too, honestly. And my grandparents, my stepdad, a lot of family members were military, police, firefighters. A lot of my fraternity brothers and my close friends are firefighters. With me being a fitness and business professional, and having this passion to help other people, I'm really passionate about that. And, something I'd like to do this year, if we get to it next year, that's fine too, but set up a foundation and really provide some type of golf outing or some program to where we can benefit first responders and sponsor them and provide them the wellness services they need, or sponsor a department, or sponsor a veteran-owned business or something, to provide that business's employees corporate wellness or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is so awesome.
So that's a big initiative for us too, is 2022.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for being with us today. It's Chris Edwards from Tricore Wellness. The website is tricorewellness.com. Make sure you go there to sign up for your free 7-day trial. You will not be disappointed. Your mind will be blown away, let me tell you. So thanks again for being with us, Chris. And I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Dr. Diane Show. Please join me the first and third Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Next week on the Dr. Diane Show, we'll be discussing more about the power of thoughts and beliefs and the impact they have on your life. Have a great week, and I'll see you back here next time. Thank you for tuning into the Dr. Diane Show, revolutionary expansion of mind, body, and soul with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. Tune in every Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on transformationtalkradio.com. Center your thoughts on what you want and shut the door on every suggestion of fear, worry, or lack from your own consciousness or the consciousness around you. Once you master that, everything is possible. To learn more about me, Dr. Diane, and receive a free digital subscription of my magazine, visit naturalnutmeg.com.